Hey, how we doing, HP Chemistry folks? Um, I'm just giving you a quick weekly update here today. Is what that you can expect. I have a couple of assistants with me here today. This is
Kata.
and this is
Morgan.
all right. So either way, I'm gonna let you know what's going on here coming up this week, and hopefully this will work out fine. I expect it to be a pretty relative to last 2 weeks, relative easy week for you. Important though, plenty of questions that you'll find on the test regarding the materials in 14.3, but I think we'll be okay. And then at the end of the week, by Friday, I'm wanting you to take a look at the Chapter 14 test. I mean, it's all multiple choice. There are some calculation-based questions, I guess, so maybe there are a couple of fill-in-the-blank type things, but hopefully nothing too major. And I'm expecting that you should be able to get through that. It's like 30-some questions. I got it from Test Bank, a bunch of questions from Test Bank, though, so hopefully you'll get a good variety of questions. But regardless, I'll send something out later in the week regarding that, a little more specifically. But what you can expect this week is, first of all, in 14.3, there's a little folder called Water and Polarity. You are going to want to go through that, and really the only assignment that you need to turn in for that is the quiz at the end of the material. This is all a Khan Academy based situation, and I expect that you can get through that just fine. As far as what you need to turn in, it's just a screenshot of you completing the quiz, getting 4 out of 4. Now, if you think you know what's going on with water and its polar properties, what is a polar bond? What type of intermolecular forces are happening within water molecules? Hint, hint, hydrogen bonding. So, if you remember all that stuff back from chapter 12 a little bit, I think you'll be in really, really good shape. You could probably skip right to the quiz. Your option, though. You got some videos in there, some reading. If you want to brush up on some of that, do it. But otherwise, I'm just looking for you to get 4 out of 4 on the quiz. If you got it, get it done. Heck, it might take you a couple of minutes and you got one thing done. If you need to learn a little bit about it, so what? Go get it done. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on there. Then let's see here. The next assignment is dealing with explaining solvation a little bit. Solvation is the fancy term for how things dissolve. And you want to go learn about that. What's different between ionic compounds? Compared to covalent compounds? Kind of an important thing there. Get that taken care of. You have 2 options there as to how you're going to do that. You watch 3 videos and you write me a paragraph on your explanation. And if that doesn't suit you, then go read part of the book. The textbook is in Schoology Resources in Chapter 14. Go read that section of the book. I think it's section 14.3. And complete the worksheet that's there. You'll have to figure that out, filling out your PDF, whatever, and send that to me. Then from there, clowns. From there, basically we have reading a solubility curve. Solubility curve looks like this. Hopefully you can see that just fine. Okay. Either way, you'll find a bunch of different substances on there. And you look at the X and Y axis. The X axis here is temperature. Y axis is the grams of water. Well, it's actually, yeah, it's grams. It says grams of water. Grams of solute that dissolve in 100 grams of water. Excuse me. Screwed that up. I wasn't thinking there. But 100 grams of water is the same as 100 milliliters of water. So we're trying to figure out how many grams of something dissolve in 100 milliliters of water, essentially. That's the standard way that those graphs are put together. So check that out. There's some information to help you understand that a little bit better. And then from there, you will come up with or learn about 3 different terms: unsaturated, saturated, and supersaturated. And I'm going to show you a little bit of a demo as to what would be supersaturated. Now, what I'm talking about here when I say supersaturated is if you pick any particular substance on there, and I couldn't care less which one you pick, if you are above the curve, you are supersaturated. If you are on the curve, you are if you're on the curve, you are saturated, and lower than the curve, you are unsaturated. That is for any particular substance. So let's say we are dealing with NaNO3 right up here, this stuff right here. Okay, if I'm above that curve here somewhere, that's supersaturated, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate here. If you have a supersaturated situation, what you will find is that substance is, or there is too much of that substance. Here, take it. Too much of that substance dissolved in the liquid. So either it will precipitate out when you try to dissolve it, or if you actually are really careful and you heat up the water typically, and then you dissolve something in there, it will still hold that substance in liquid. And if it does that, then here's what can happen if you have it supersaturated. Stop it. Come on, you gonna help me or what?
Yeah.
No, use the other side.
Oh.
Trust me. Get that. Well, my assistant here, Caden. Caden, where'd you come from anyway? Oh yeah, you're my son, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, can I find you on the street or something or what? Okay. So anyway, I think we have some of the crystal on there from this substance, and what my assistant Caden is going to do here is, maybe I'll just hold this up actually.
I'll hold it.
Whatever.
I'll hold it.
And what we're going to do is we're going to turn it that way, and then Caden's going to put that stick right in the middle. And we're going to see what happens when he does that. Okay, you're going to put it right in the middle there. Hold it in the middle, all the way, right there. Keep it. Okay, check this out. Okay, this is not magic. This is something actually called hot ice. Keep it down, more down. There you go. And you can see what's going on is that liquid is really turned into a solid. So you let it go. Okay.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. Touch it. What do you notice about that?
It's hot.
It's hot. Okay. And so that's why they call it hot ice, because it looks like ice.
Ooh, that's even hotter.
And it's warm. Okay. And
it's a popsicle.
Oh, yeah. Okay, a little bit of liquid came out, but usually nothing comes out. Okay. So it's pretty much a solid at this point. So it is kind of a popsicle. You're right, but you don't want to eat it. So you can look up hot ice on your own and figure out how to make that stuff. It's really pretty cool. It smells a lot like vinegar because it has something called acetate ion, the acetate ion in it. This is actually something called sodium acetate. Ooh. Anyways, so yeah, it's you get it on you, just wash it off. You're not going to get hurt or anything like that, but just be aware of what's going on there. You can actually drop some crystals in there too. The same thing happens. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's what's going on with that. Just like to show that demonstration. I think it's cool. And then you get to learn a little bit about solubility of gases. They are different from the solubility of solids in a liquid. Okay. And so that's the third real assignment that you need to go through. Once you got those three assignments taken care of in order, please. And I know that the completion rules are not working real good for this section, but I'm still expecting that you go through all the required submissions in order. Please do that, because I'm going to look at your folder for 100% completion to get the points. I'm not just going to look at the quiz. I'm looking for your folder completion. So just want you to understand that going forward. Get that done, maybe midweek, whatever it might be. Like I said, I think a lot of you are going to be able to fly right through this just fine. Prepare for that test. Look through all your stuff. Make sure that you have went through what you need to go through. Quiz completion, which I make you do, is a key component of understanding what's going on the test, in my opinion. Have everything that you need for the test available. Okay. Obviously, these tests are essentially somewhat open notes, open book. It is what it is. But that's why they're timed as well. So go through, take care of what you need to prepare. Have scratch paper ready for you on the test, because you're going to need it. You're going to have some calculations that you need to do. Have your calculator ready. That's about all I can really say. Okay, so if you decide to open up the test early, go for it. I'll probably send something out Wednesday or so, maybe Thursday early, regarding the test as well. But until then, take care of yourself, stay safe, and have a great week. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.